Then you have vandalism. Vandalism. We're going to talk about how to deal with all this conflict in just 1 second, but we got to get back into the psychology that's required for you to understand what it takes in order to reduce the damage inside your property. So vandalism is a desire in the tenant to cause harm, a sense of entitlement, or lack of respect. And I purposefully kept the previous screen down because I want to scroll back to it. Let's look at the previous screen. Rage is abuse and hitting. Rage is the stage of uncontrolled energy. Let's go back to the vandalism screen for just 1 second. Desire to cause harm, a sense of entitlement, a lack of respect for the property. Let's go back. Rage is abuse and hitting, uncontrolled energy. Fury is destructive, violent action and out of control. Is it possible? I'm not saying that this is 100% of the case, but is it possible that a lot of the vandalism that takes place inside and outside of property is because maybe somebody's different on this spectrum? That maybe this spectrum shares with you an understanding of what this vandalism thought process actually comes from? Look, I'm not in any way, shape, or form a psychologist. I don't really have all of the answers on what goes on in people's minds. And the last psychological thing to understand is there are people out there with mental illness, right? So I am not a psychologist. I'm not a doctor in any way, shape, or form. I'm not even trying to give you advice on how to deal in your own interpersonal relationships. I'm just talking about the landlord-tenant relationship of giving them a sense of ownership, a sense of control, a sense of self-worth, a sense of investment, a sense of bought-in behavior, a sense of respect that the other person deserves in order to have success with your rental property. Now, if you do happen to have tenants that have mental illness, and I'm not asking you to diagnose or treat it, I'm saying that if you happen to have them, might it be wise to contact an attorney that deals in landlord-tenant law to kind of help you walk through what to do in that specific situation? But that's not going to be a majority of the cases, guys. That's not a majority of the cases.